It's kind of crooked.
Yeah.
There's 2 bowls on the table, but you've got to let it cool down for a few minutes. Filming in progress! Ik moet Engels met julle praat, nee. Verstaan jy Afrikaans? Ek kan nie Afrikaans praat nie, maar vir die 'n paar dae my gedagte is net in Afrikaans en ek weet nie hoekom nie. Maar ons moet terugkom na Engels. Okay. 1, 2, 3. It's very hot, by the way. Ek is nou in skool en ek praat Afrikaans steeds. I am now in school. I had mentioned that I've dropped out of 1, 2, 3, 4 universities before. So this is my 5th time around, if I'm counting correctly. It could be 4th, who knows? So I'm back in school, and that's because I've decided that 2025 is die jare want waar ek begin en I begin and I finish. Everything I start, I finish, and that's just the way it is for this year. So that's why I decided that it's time to get a university education. But I also don't want to make the same mistakes that I've made before, which is to start and not finish, right? And to normally drop out in the first semester. That's like the usual vibe that I do, but we don't function like that anymore. No. We do things just a little bit differently. So then this time I decided that I'm going to do the Pathway Program. And in case you also want to do the Pathway Program, basically it's like the bridge. You know, you haven't done school in a long time, you haven't done school in many years. So the Pathway Program is sort of the bridge for you, right? Getting college ready, that's really what it is. So it is a couple of months. I can't tell you how many months, but what I can do is put a link below. You don't have to be a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints for you to be able to do the Pathway Program in a way that's cost effective for you, okay? You can be a non-member of the church and you can still do this program. In fact, let me get the flyer so that you can see it. And as I mentioned, I'll put the link down below. Evelyn. Wait, it's here somewhere. Here it is. So as I mentioned, in order for you to be able to do the Pathway Program, you don't have to be a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, right? You just have to be an individual in the world and living your life, and you want to get a tertiary education, but you don't want to pay the hefty amounts that it costs us. And if you watch the previous video, the hefty amount that can also put you in debt, you know. So you don't want to make the mistakes that I've made, right? You want to be able to get your education in a way that is cost effective. And so the Pathway Program is going to help you as it's helping me. Earn a bachelor's degree in only 3 years. Not bad. I like that. Efficient is what that is. And the different degrees that they offer, because what you can do is after you finish this entryway, the Pathway Program, then you can move on and study at BYU Idaho. And I also heard somebody say that it's not the only BYU, Brigham Young University, where you can study remotely or in person if you happen to be in the areas where these universities are situated. I'm not. I'm in Colorado. So I'm going to go through BYU Idaho. So the degrees that are offered: Applied Business Management, Family History Research, Applied Health, Communication, Family and Human Services, Software Development, Professional Studies, Information Technology. So my little Zintel, you may have heard me speak of Zintel. So my little sister was Zintle. She did Family and Human, no, I'm lying. She just got her certificates for TEFL. That's an option for you. You can teach English abroad, but you can teach English remotely too. When you get that TEFL certificate, it's just going to open some doors for you. And I'm not going to talk about it any further because I don't have all the knowledge. But there's also certificates is what I want to point out. There's also certificates that you can get. It's not just the degrees. Uzintle just received the TEFL certificate. And she also received a second certificate. It was something to do with family and communication that she also got. So, and she lives in South Africa. She's based in South Africa, and she's going to be moving to South Korea next year, utilizing these certificates and the degree that she is now like within just a couple of months of finishing. many opportunities in life, okay? Many opportunities. I will link it below so that you can tap into these opportunities that there are. It will mean. So, why are we talking about this? We're talking about it because that's what I'm doing for myself currently. We're also talking about it because there's homework that I have to hand in today. And I'm hoping that we're going to be able to do that homework together. And I'm also talking about it because I want you to cheer me on. Uti chala son, wabisa eo. Yabo? Uchaso. Galonle. So, namhlanje, the homework is wiskunde. It's okay, life is gonna go on. Can I tell you my favorite thing about doing the BYU Pathway Program? In fact, I did not think that this would be a video about BYU Pathway. It's just the pacing of it. Because in BYU, this interim before you enter Brigham Young University, Idaho to start your degree, right? So in this interim experience of getting college ready through BYU Pathway, I'm finding that it's very useful for me who can get a bit of a scatterbrain, right? It like helped me to refocus on what's important. And I've noticed that the things that I'm learning in the BYU program are also helping me in life skills in general. In fact, one of the classes is life skills. So you get 4 credits for completing the BYU program, and you take these 4 credits and you can then add the 4 credits into your education. I like, yes, thank you. What a wonderful jumpstart, because the life skills class is actively helping me in my life. I mentioned that I'm working on tackling debt in my life, right? And even though one of the classes wasn't exactly about tackling debt, this one class, however, in the experience of me tackling my 35,500, I think, and 44, is that the amount of my debt, there were things that I listed for myself that I needed to do no matter what. Yeah, 35,544 in debt. There were things that I listed like steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And step 1 was to list the debt and become very clear about it. Step 2 was to build my emergency fund safety net. Done! Chala eso, no avisa eo. Donkey. And then the step 3 was to create a budget and to stick to it. And so this is where I found a lot of use with this life skills class through BYU Idaho Pathway Program, is because even though it wasn't creating a budget, but we did like a 2-week note down and track all of your spending, all of it. It was a scary exercise. I'm still doing it. In fact, I still find it terrifying because you're like, holy macromonia. I thought I was doing really good, but it turns out there's like, areas of improvement and areas where I've dipped back into some old habits. And so all of this, it's so biblical, really, if you think about it, this whole process, because it is about shining a light in things that are left in the dark, né? So when you don't track your spending, it's left in the dark, so you don't really see all the business of what's going on there. It's like, if I don't see it, then it's not going to bother me. No, it does bother you. Like it catches up to you. So shining a light on it by tracking it and writing it down in a spreadsheet, it just shone that light, and it allows you to have an increased level of honesty with yourself. So I appreciate it for that, even though it's like hard. It's hard to see things. It's hard, man. It's hard to see yourself naked like that when it comes to money. But forward we move. And then my personal step 4 was increase income aggressively. And so the process and the experience of even being in the BYU Pathway Program, even though I can't be like, oh, it's increasing my income aggressively. It might not be doing that, but the pacing, the life skills lessons, I see how they are actively impacting my income generating activities, You understand? Like, even the way I posture up and show up emsebenzini, it's more dignified, and it's it's been filled with integrity in the way that I work, in the effort that I put into my work. And I must note, it's not like work yourself to the ground kind of vibe. No. And I actually wrote something about it. It says, I wrote here, how to access God's power. It's like, that's the integrity, that's the posturing up that I'm talking about. Like, it's helping me to really move by faith and not by sight, and to realize that I don't have to do everything at my might. Yeah, well, I can just lean on God in every step of the way. You might notice that there's a lot of God talk here, because within this BYU Pathway Program, like the genesis of it all and the foundation of it all is gospel principles, right? And if you look up Brigham Young University, you'll know that that's at the core of this university. So you can't, like, when you decide to go to this university, just know that there is an honor code. There is a way to present yourself that is in line with gospel principles. Like, that's just the way that it is. And if that's not your vibe, and that ain't your vibe, and that's okay. But if that's your vibe, and you're balling on a budget, and you're looking at pivoting careers, and you want to get your university education, whether you are 19, whether you are 38, whether you are 58, this is possible for you. Again, whether you're a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints or not, this is available for you too. Again, check link below. No, I'm not getting paid by anyone to say that, but I want you to know that opportunities are there no matter where you live in the world. Here's the other thing that I wanted to share before we get down to actually doing homework. The other thing that I wanted to share, in the life skills class, we even did like goal setting. It's so helpful. It's so helpful. And other things like, how to write an essay in college, and all the things that that are like not top of mind right now. This other stuff, goal setting, money stuff, they are top of mind, because I'm a self-sufficient learner. Like, I'm always learning in life. That's just who I am. But the other things that are specifically college related are not things that were like top of mind for me. How to write a college essay, as I mentioned, is something that I'm now learning to do. Mathematics, wiskunde. Ik het wiskunde. Huiswerk nou. Ja, okay. Laaste ding wat ek wil sê is about time. Okay, so ek is 'n mens, or rather, I thought that I was a person who didn't complain about much. Where is it? Let me get it first before I start yapping. Make time. Okay, cool. Here it is. So I'm a person who always said about myself, I'm not a complainer. I'm not a complainer. Like, I just get on with it. I'm like, this is get on with life. I can't handle complaining. Then I realized that all of us in life, there are things where we are, you say you're this thing, and then you find areas where you're not this thing. Or you say you're not this thing, and then you find areas where you are this thing. Contradictory. There are some contradictions that you can find within yourself. So I found a contradiction, and I found where I was a complainer. That's regarding time. I'm like, I don't have time. I don't have time to do this. I do so much. Where am I going to get the time? Like, so much in complaining about time. I did not realize how much I was complaining about it, because it had become a part of my personality to complain about time. I may not complain about issues, I may not complain about life, but I apparently was complaining about time. Complaining so much that when I read, we had a particular reading about time and like time management and all of that, and I realized that, wait a minute, this quote right here, make time your partner, not your opponent. It was like for me, because I realized that I was making time my opponent, not my partner. Like, I was fighting time. I was even trying to fight against time. I was like, time was my enemy, not my friend. You know what I mean? So then I learned that time can actually be my friend. And the way that I do that is by realizing that I can go to my Heavenly Father and say, God, these are the goals that I have. And this is the amount of time that I have. And in fact, these are the activities that I need to get done within a week. These are the things that have a demand on my time. These are the things that are super important, and these are the things that I enjoy, but they're not as important. So I got to prioritize, and this is through the life skills class. It was one of the lessons. I got to really learn how to prioritize. And instead of, and this was a huge game changer for me, because I think a year or two ago I made a video where I was just complaining about time and not having enough time and like not being born to work and all these things. Do you know what I mean? Like I was just like venting in that video, and it was because like I just felt like I didn't have enough time to get all the things done that needed to get done. So now I learned through that one particular class that instead of aiming for some kind of a life balance, I must aim for understanding where my priorities lie, what my priorities are, because priorities change season to season, age to age, year to year, situation, family, growth and changes. Like priorities do change, right? So I will not find this work-life balance or life balance that I've been, looking for and fighting about and the time arguing about and dun, but instead to set it up into priorities. What are my priorities? What's important to me? And what matters most? What are God's priorities? And therefore it was easier for me to be able to align my priorities when I align them with God's priorities. It just makes life easier. So that is another takeaway that I had is to pray about my priorities, right? And I realized that once I got clear on my priorities, I found a sense of calm. I know I don't seem calm in this video. I was going to complain about time. I don't seem calm because I'm not calm. I'm almost hyperventilating because of the activities that I need to get done in a certain amount of time. Right. However, I am learning to be clear on my priorities. They are written down. And in the process of doing that, I also received this inner revelation that I don't have to be great at everything I do. Like I actually don't have to be great at everything I do, and that's okay. Some things I can be 100 and greatest ever. Yes, according to me. Greatest. And there's some things I can just be medium, and it's fine. It's fine, just as long as it gets done. It gets done. Gets done is better than not getting done. And that's a part of this 2025 situation of you start and you complete. Sometimes things must just get done. Get it done. On that note, what is that? Oh, never mind. Okay. Well, I get a beetje geskrik daar. Okay, so one of the things that I made sure to get done, and I put a time limit for myself in getting it done, was the documentary. Have you watched it? Have you watched it? Are we even friends if you haven't watched my documentary yet? A lot of people work hard to put that together, so please watch it and let me know what you think. All right, we'll make another, oh, my legs hurt now. We'll make another video where we talk about the documentary, and I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, how it made you feel, how you enjoyed it, and if you comment on the documentary, that's even better. All right, so let's take a look here, and I'm feeling like if you have something that you need to get done right now, perhaps there is a book that you need to read. For the next 30 minutes, friend, open that book, read. Because I'm going to insert some music here, and we're just going to have 30 minutes of just getting ish done. Just get something done. Maybe you're learning Korean. Miskien leer jy om Afrikaans te praat. Of miskien ufunduk is klasse. Or parlez-vous français? I don't know how to speak French. Something. So just put a timer. Let's do the Pomodoro method. And if you've never heard of the Pomodoro method, you just break up a big study session into bite chunks that are manageable. So if you want to study for 2 hours, then you do 25 minutes of focused studying, and then 5 minutes, walk, grab a glass of water, go breathe outside for those 5 minutes, come back, lock in for 25, chill for 5, that kind of vibe, until you finish with your 2 hours. Then it makes that 2 hours more manageable instead of it being this scary 2 hours. It's just a solid good 2 hours. Okay, so we're going to use the Pomodoro method. I'm going to lock in here. The aim obviously is to a full 2 hour study session, but we're going to break it up. So our first 30 minutes, you do the thing that you need to do. And I'm not saying like the dishes. Dis nie tyd om skottelgoed te doen nie. I learned this word recently. Skottelgoed. No. Nou is nie daardie tyd nie. Nou wil ons leer, my vriendin. So get your book, get your computer, ek het my rekenaar hier, notepad, whatever, and you learn the thing that you need to learn, and then I'm gonna learn the thing that I need to learn. Yeah, let's put some music. Let's do this. We need a timer, don't we? I need a timer for myself. So that's the Pomodoro technique, in case I didn't finish it up with that. ChatGPT recently told me that I don't, like I process thoughts through speaking. And I thought, dang, that is quite accurate. So sometimes I don't finish the thing that I'm saying because I think through talking. This is how I think. This is how I use my brain. I have to say words, and then there are words that are incomplete because I'm thinking and saying and saying and thinking at the same time. So in case you ever wondered why sometimes I don't complete thoughts, I completed it in wondering, yeah, not out loud. And start. Study session time. Our first 30 minutes. Hey Alexa, put on a 25-minute timer.
Second timer, 25 minutes.
No.
Starting now.
Alexa, cancel the first timer. Hey Alexa. Hey Alexa, cancel all timers.
Canceling all your timers.
Hey Alexa, put on a 25-minute timer.
25 minutes. Starting now.
Sweet. Okay, let's see.
Flowers whisper truth as they flow down, and their songs entwine with the trees that stand, knotted in time by nature's hand. Each echoing step on the forest floor opens a world through an ancient door. The silence alive, yet brimming with sound. In the arms of solitude, I am found. Oh, whispering pines, sing me your tune. Caught in
Time for a 5-minute break. Okay, I'm gonna go get a cup of tea because that's what I need right now. Jasmine nectar, full leaf green tea. A perfectly peachy bouquet of jasmine silvertip and spring green teas, artfully arranged with nectarine, cardamom and ginger, rose petals and osmanthus flowers. This is how it tastes when the world's in bloom again. Ah! Whoop, I'll pick them up later. That's how it tastes when the world's in full bloom again. My current favorite tea. Thank you so much. So, how did everyone do? Our 5-minute break is like nearly over, but we need like brain strength. Oops. So the other day, I thought I was tired, but I realized that I was actually hungry. I was probably tired too, but after I ate, I was like, oh, I think I was just hungry. But I thought I was so tired. Look at how pretty it looks. Okay, maybe it doesn't translate on camera, but it looks like flowers in there. Can you see that? It just looks so pretty. I love me some tea. It smells so good. It smells delicious. All right, our 5 minutes is long over. Let's get it. You ready? Just another 25 more minutes, you know? Either you go back to the same activity as before, continuing to read your book, or continuing to study. Learn something new during this time. It's up to you. Finish some schoolwork. Finish up some knitting. I don't know what you're into, but I'd love to know. Can you tell me in the comments? What are you doing currently? What are you studying currently? What are you completing currently? What are you reading currently? Like, what did you do during these 25-minute sessions? Can you share with us? We're curious, or at least I know I am. I'm sure somebody else is curious too. Okay, ready? Cool. Chingu. Cool. Hey Alexa, set a timer for 25 minutes.
25 minutes, starting now.
Let's get it. Fighting! Haja Chingu. Thank you, Alexa. Okay, Alexa, stop. Thank you. Dang it. It was pretty quick this time, wasn't it? I just noticed something. I just drank this whole thing and there was like, this is gross. There was like leftover detergent in the cup. Well, the dishwasher detergent shouldn't be poisonous because why would we be using it as a dishwashing detergent if it is poisonous? But the thought of seeing it and realizing that I was directly drinking it is not fun. But life goes on, doesn't it? It does. Okay. So, shall we do a little stretch-a-maroo? How are we feeling? We're getting a lot done. How do we like the Pomodoro method? I like it. I like it because what can happen sometimes is I can procrastinate. I'm not a heavy procrastinator as I was in years before. I've gotten so much better at it this year. This year I'm a get things done kind of a lady, and that makes me quite happy. But if something is daunting, like right now doing mathematics, and math wasn't my favorite subject. In fact, I think I may have failed it. Because I remember taking the matric exam, and during the matric exam I was like sitting there and I said to myself, let me take out my inner intelligence to help me through this. Also, to be fair, I didn't really have healthy study techniques when I was in high school, so that's another reason why I'm relearning study techniques now, because through these study techniques I'm also realizing that you indeed can learn absolutely anything. Like, everything is learnable. You can learn things, anything. There's nothing in this world that you cannot learn. And this Pomodoro technique is one of the techniques that I utilize in just to stop this mentality that a certain subject is intimidating. Yeah, I could feel that way, but you can reintroduce yourself. You can reintroduce the subject to yourself, and it doesn't have to be intimidating anymore. When you know that I don't have to know all of math. I don't, and I never will. That's fine. It's fine with me, but I can learn what I need to learn. I can understand what I need to understand. And I may not understand a lot today, and what I'm doing is like basically grade school and a little lower level mathematics. But wait, I want to say a quote that Mama taught me yesterday. Bietjie is meer, wat het sy gesê? Bietjie van bietjie is meer as bietjie. Something along those lines, but like basically precept upon precept, step by step, learn al daardie dinge that you need to learn. What did she say? Hey, bietjie as meer. Mama, what did you say? But I got the gist of it, and I'm practicing that. Just that little something, step by step, every single day, even at work. And my entire work day feels like I'm on fire. Like I'm learning throughout the day. I'm doing, but I'm learning throughout the day. Ne? The other day I thought, I wrote this down, I was like, I feel like I'm going to spontaneously combust because of the amount of learning that's going on in my life. And as a result, like, I've increased the amount that I eat because I'm tired. I laugh at myself because I told my friend, like, slap me if I ever say I'm tired. Like, slap me, because I feel like that's one of the things that I just want to remove. But genuinely, not tired as in like fatigued. Oh my gosh, my soul is exhausted, because that's how I felt last year. I was like, my soul is exhausted. No, not like that. Like, I'm tired in the sense that my brain is working and I can feel it working. And when I go to sleep, like, I dream about the things that I am learning, and it's like, whoa. And it's so beautiful to also understand the things that are going on in your brain. That your prefrontal cortex, and it has these I call it compartments. Like, it has 4 to 7 of these compartments for your working brain, for like your working mind, for your focused learning. This Pomodoro technique, in the 25 minutes increments of learning, we're utilizing here our prefrontal cortex is focused. This is the focused learning experience that we're having right now. So we're actively gaining this new information, and so now what your brain is then doing is that when you sleep and when you're having something called diffuse learning, so if you're washing the dishes, if you're driving, if you're on a walk or something like that, learning doesn't stop. So the things that you were learning during this focused time, the thing that you were studying during this focused time, when you're having like the more chill time of your life, sleep included, your brain will start firing these connections. Like, these neurons will start firing because it's making connections, right? It's also doing this and making these connections so that the things that you are learning can eventually become so natural to you too, that because it's going to become a part of your, like, it's going to become a part of your long-term memory. It's going to become a part of your long-term memory, right? So it's like you have a library in your brain, right? And in your library there's like these categories, like, and I can imagine that it's set up in the Dewey Decimal System. So those of us who are a little older know what I'm talking about. So it's in these categories, and so that's what ends up becoming your domain knowledge of a subject, right? And I'm saying all of this to say, with regards to certain subjects, I'll make an example. Myself, wiskunde is not necessarily something that's domain knowledge, right? But it will become that, because the more I learn, step by step, the more I learn it, and the more I exercise that side of my brain, the more I have these focused learning experiences, right? My brain is going to create these chunks of information, like these pieces of information. And over time, because that's another thing, learning takes time. It's not just like, and I like a quick fix, but it's not like that. That's why it's like a lifelong experience. So it's nice to think of it as a joy. There are times in your life, like this year and the next 2 to 3 years of my life, where learning is going to be, it's going to be like the focus. It's not all just the diffuse, like a lot of it is going to be the focused learning. But it's going to take time, right, for specifically the math to connect, for these chunks to connect, so that they create the bigger, fuller picture and the full story, which will then be filed into my long-term memory, into my library, in my Dewey Decimal System of my library, and eventually that's part of my domain knowledge. So now I'll be able to like pull upon what I need whenever, because it's all there. And so resting and walking and washing the dishes and like all these, activities that put you like in a more chill, diffuse experience, that's when your brain does its magic. That's when it connects things. That's when things start making sense. I'm saying this to say that we are created so beautifully. Like, God created us perfectly, that when you're trying to learn, or we're not trying because we're doing it, when you're learning something, just be aware of the fact that this beautiful human body that you've been blessed with, this great brain that you've been blessed with, it's working with you and for you, not against you. Okay? And so learning techniques are helping me remember that I don't have to know it all right now. I don't have to be an expert in the thing. I don't have to. I just have to show up. And my perfectly created body, my perfectly created brain, I am a perfect creation. And this is how God has helped me, because he's given me everything that I need. These neurons that I cannot see, they're perfect, and they're going to work right. They're going to work for you. Okay, well, motivation for our 5 minutes, okay? Is it still recording? I hope so, because I am not saying that again. I'm not. It's still recording. Okay, shall we go for it? Okay, guys, this is pretty cool. Are you still with me? Like, I'm so excited for us. I'm so excited for us. We've got 2 more 25-minute sessions. Let's hit it. Hey Alexa, set a 25-minute timer.
25 minutes, starting now.
Yes. Okay, let's go. Why am I being weird? Because I'm weird in the best way.
the shadows play. The wind hums songs at the break of day. Whispering pines, secrets untold, carrying tales only the forest holds. Moonlight spills the velvet dark, etching patterns, leaving its mark. The roots stretch deep, the earth's gentle sigh, a lullaby sung to the open sky. Oh, whispering pines, sing me your tune, caught in the rhythm of the stars and the moon. Teach me the language of rustling leaves, stories that linger on the breath of the breeze. The dawn paints gold on the mountain's crown, while rivers whisper truths as they flow down. Their songs entwined with the trees that stand, knotted in time by nature's hand. Each echoing step on the forest floor opens a world through an ancient door. The silence alive, yet brimming with sound. In the arms of solitude I am found. Oh, whispering pines, sing me your tune, caught in the rhythm of the stars and the moon. Teach me the language of rustling leaves, stories that linger on the breath of the breeze.
Soft strums of the warm acoustic guitar blend with the gentle sound of the waves crashing against the shore. A serene melody weaves through the breeze, creating a soothing rhythm that mirrors the ocean's ebb and flow. The sound of distant gulls and the rolling tide add layers to the tranquil sense tape of this coastal escape. where stress dissolves like footprints in the sand.
our third 25 minutes Pomodoro experience, that's what we're calling it, is done. So we've got one more 25 minutes, and I'm feeling a little pressured right now because like it's just not easy for my brain to wrap around what I'm trying to learn. But as I said, Pomodoro Technique is what's helpful. And paper planes are being made at this table at the same time, if you're hearing a lot of crinkling in the background. Okay, so it's not going to be a long break this time. Let's just get ready for the last little session, and then we call it a day. Ow, these nails are vicious, but they do look nice. But they are kind of dangerous because they just kind of hurt me right now. It was my mom's idea to go with this color. I usually go for I feel like a stranger in my own body with these nails, but they're for a shoot, they're for a purpose. So, and my mom works as my stylist, so, well, I mean, she has her own daytime job, but she also earns as a stylist. Let her know. Should I put her details down below? Because she's doing an incredible job. I think it's her calling. So these nails are a part of the look that she created. And then once we're done with that, they're going. And I'm going back to my neutral colors that I like and enjoy. All right. Enough. Ons sal nie baie praat van die nale nie. Ons sal teruggaan om te werk sodat ek hierdie wiskunde finish. Nee. Okay. All right. Hey Alexa. Sit a 25-minute timer. Alexa, set a 25-minute timer, please.
25 minutes. Starting now.
It's moeg nou. Okay, let's get started. Oh, hallelujah. Alexa, stop. I think we need to exhale one more time. So, that's what I do, like literally every day to tell myself well done. I saw it in Korean dramas, like when they do something well, they're like, 잘했어. I don't know, sunggueo or whatever. 잘했어. Insert your name. Eo. Good job. We did good today. You know, we did good work. We did 2 hours. We focused. We got things done. We studied. We knitted. What did you do? Remember to let me know in the comment section. All right, friends, let me know if you want to do more hangout study sessions like this. And if you don't, also let me know if you're like, that sucked. Precious, that sucked, and I never want to see any videos like that on your channel. Let me know. Not that I, you know, like I won't engage, but just let me know. All right then. Hope you have a splendid rest of your day, night, or whatnot. Thank you again for hanging out. I love hanging out with you, and I think it's fun when we hang out and we get some things done at the same time. You know, killing all the birds with all the stones. On that note, 안녕. Isn't that hello? Is it?